Hey everyone, how's it going? Five Finger Shuffle back here with another video, and today we're going to do another of the Best series. Today we're doing the Candy Munchkins because in the last video where we did the Scions, we talked about, in the comment section, I left a question for you guys saying which one you wanted to see next, and the first comment, or the first response, was for the Candy Munchkins. So let's just jump right into this. Basically what we do in this series is we go through all 5 elements of a particular family. We talk about which one we think is best and why, possible rune builds, and some gameplay. So the first one we're going to focus on today is the nature one. This is a bit of a different family compared to most that we're going to cover, because 2 of the units are actually Nat 3s and the other 3 are Nat 4s, which makes it very interesting. I mean, in terms of skilling up a Nat 3, it's harder because there aren't as many Nat 3s available to skill them up. But in terms of skilling a Nat 4, it's much easier because there's Nat 3 counterparts to help skill it up. So depending on which one you build, it may be either easier or harder to skill up depending on what you're used to. But let's just jump into the nature one. So the Candy Cannon skill is the default skill, and it's the same for all of them, just like the other champions. Fires jawbreakers at an enemy from a distance, dealing damage. When enhanced, deals bonus damage to the primary target based on the enemy's max HP. The second skill is Get Hyper, raises crit and temporarily enhances Candy Cannon, causing it to have increased range, deal bonus damage, and explode on impact, dealing damage to enemies behind the target. So this raising crit is really nice because it's going to make her a lot easier to gear. We should actually go to the Ascended version here. So it's going to make her a lot easier to gear up because you're going to have that 30% crit rate buff. You don't necessarily need to have as high of crit rate on her when you build her, which is going to be really nice, especially for earlier game players. Right away it starts at 15% crit rate, so you add 30% to that. She's already at 45% crit rate. Really, it means you only need another 55% crit rate in substats just to get 100%, and most people don't go that high, so even if you go to like 70-80%, she's going to be really strong. So you need very low rune requirements, gear requirements to get the recommended crit rate. For Bubblegum Blast, the third skill, fires a blast of chewed bubblegum, propelling herself backward, damages, and slows the enemies. So the slow debuff can be really nice as well, especially on bosses. Combine that with Candy Cannon, which is based on enemy max HP, and you're starting to see where she's kind of going to be used the most. And also the pushback is really nice. I mean, she won't get too close to the enemies, which kind of protects her a little bit. And then finally, Bomb Barrage bombards an area with candy, damaging enemies. Bonus damage, again, based on enemies' max HP. So all in all, 3 skills that are going to be really nice on bosses. And her main use is going to be for Elder Drake. So if you're looking for a damage dealer for Elder Drake, she can be really helpful there. I don't think she's the best of the Candy Munchkins, but she does have her uses. I wouldn't probably use her anywhere else at this point in the game, but in terms of that one specific niche use, she's very good at her job. The next one is the Dark Candy Munchkin. This is actually the one that I chose to build, keeping in mind I don't have the light one. But let's run through her skills. So the first skill, same as the other ones, the Candy Cannon. Second skill, instead of raising crit, she raises attack speed and temporarily enhances Candy Cannon, causing it to have increased range, bonus damage, and basically all the other stuff that the other one had. So unfortunately, Sugar Rush isn't as good as the crit rate buff, so it's the lesser of the 2 skills. But because she does decent damage with her main skill, this isn't all that bad. She will get her main skill off way more often, doing more damage. So as long as you have the gear to rune her, or to gear her, you won't feel this, and this actually will be better for you in the long run if you have really good gear. The next one, Bubblegum Blast, fires a blast of chewed bubblegum, propelling herself backward, damages and slows the enemies. So this is the same as the nature one. And finally, her ultimate, bombards an area with candy. Each impact damages enemies and lowers defense. So instead of having the one that's useful on bosses with the based on max HP, her final and ultimate skill has an AoE defense break, which can be really nice for PvP. I actually still use her on my arena offense, and I don't really have plans to take her out anytime soon. She can be really strong in arena offense, and maybe some of the new guild content that's coming up as well. We will see some gameplay from her later on. But I think she's really good, and I think she has a lot of uses, but I also don't think that she's the best one. So let's scroll up to the 4 stars. And we're going to lead off with the fire one. Alright, so fire one, Cinnamon. First skill is the same. Second skill is raises attack speed, so the same as the dark one. The third one is Sticky Escape. Fires a blast of chewed bubblegum, propelling herself backward, damages and immobilizes enemies. So she still has the pushback, but instead of the slow, she has the immobilize, which in PvP would be actually more helpful. But the Bonbon Barrage is the same as the nature one, where it deals damage based on enemies' max HP. If there was a boss that was a nature boss, then this would be really helpful, but I really honestly don't see a use for her anywhere in the game right now. She doesn't have the defense break for PvP. There are no nature bosses. I mean, she's just kind of... I feel like she's just kind of thrown in there. I think she's the worst of the bunch, to be honest with you. I really am not a fan of Cinnamon at all. So the next one up is the water one, Blueberry. Same regular skill. She has the better of the 2 second skills, Get Hyper, where it raises crit. The third skill then again has the Mobilize, and the 4th skill has the lower defense. So this is like the best of all 4 skills for Blueberry, which obviously is going to make her really strong for PvP. So she is the quintessential PvP champion. She got everything you want with the Immobilize, the lower defense, the crit raise, which was going to lower your gear requirements. She's really, really strong if you want a water range damage dealer. The reason I didn't choose to build her and I built the dark one instead is because the dark one is element neutral, and I just wanted an element neutral champions on my arena offense, so I didn't have to switch it out all that often instead. But she would actually be stronger because she's a 4-star, and her base stats will be higher. And you can also get the raises crit as well, which means you can put those stats into something else. And finally, Lemon Drop is the one that everybody wants. She is the best of the best in terms of the Candy Munchkins. Same first skill, raises crit, immobilizes, and bombards an area with candy, damaging enemies based on enemies' max HP. So she's great for bosses if you already have a defense break. So if you're running her with the Nature Pirate or the Dark Pirate, who has the attack buff defense break, then you don't need the defense break, and this can be really, really strong. And she's element neutral on top of it, and she's got great base stats. So all in all, she is the best one of the bunch, and we're going to show you guys some gameplay of all of these units. So, just a second, let me close the door. My dog is going crazy. Sorry about that. So let's jump out into some gameplay. We're going to use... I don't have Lemon Drop, but fortunately enough, I happen to have someone on my friends list that does. If you don't know Valley, she is the guild leader of Epic Gaming, which is the #1 guild on the server on the North American server right now. And this is her Lemon Drop. So here are stats: 30k HP with plus 1800 attack, 77% crit rate, plus the crit rate buff, 67% crit rate, plus the crit rate buff is almost 100% crit rate, and 117% crit damage as well. So let's take a look at her. Let me click start here. I hope you guys can't hear my dog going crazy over there. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to have to check on him and make sure he's okay. For those of you who hasn't seen him on Twitch, I have a new puppy. He's only 3 months old, and he's a little mischievous to this point. So while this starts, I'm just going to let this play. You can watch her. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. I think it was a bird outside and he was going a little crazy. So we're almost at the boss. We're running a decent time, I guess. I mean, we're only at 40 seconds so far. She should do big damage because we have the attack buff and defense break. She should do big damage on the boss because of the 2 HP skills. And you see the boss just melts. Oh, except we stopped doing damage at the end there. So unfortunately, we're not going to pre-flight the boss. We did the damage at the wrong part. We did it all at the beginning instead of at the end. So it didn't quite work out that we pre-flighted the boss. But if you scroll back and watch that the footage of the boss, you'll see how fast we took down the first half of his damage. In order to pre-flight the boss, the way it works is like once he hits 50%, then he starts prepping to fly. So you really, like, you can do small damage at the beginning, and then once you get close to 50, if you do big damage, you're going to pre-flight him. So that's why ongoing damage is so strong. We just got really unlucky that she did so much damage at the beginning and then nothing after that. But we're still going to get a decent run out of it. Let's take a look at her damage report. Oh... I really need Keen gear, and this would be really nice, except it's attack percent, and if I'm using Keen, then I'm going to be having crit damage on this slot, so unfortunately we have to sell that one. So the damage report, it has Lemon Drop doing 533,000 damage, way more than the Snake Lady or Mana, so you can see how incredibly strong she is if you happen to have her. Again, because she's the most rare and she's a light dark, you may not have her. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to the dark one, which is the one I have built. I actually have the water one 5-star max as well, but I'll show you her gear really quickly. So here's Blueberry, but she's only 5-star and she's only got +9 gear, so she's not ready yet. But I'm hoping to 6-star her at some point. So what I'm going to do is we're going to show you Ginger Sweet in Arena. So very similar stats, but her base stats are a lot lower, which means that she's just not going to hit quite as hard. If you remember Valley's attack, it was like +17 or 1800, and we're only +1400 here. We do have more crit damage because that's not a base stat thing, but otherwise very similar, except I had to put more crit rate on mine. So mine's at 77% instead of 67% because I don't have the crit rate buff. So I had to put more focus into crit rate instead of missing out on some of that potential attack. So let's come over into Arena. I don't know if I have anybody on my... no. Alright, so let's just start at the top, I guess. I was testing out my Greater Demon. I'm going to do a video, my Nature Greater Demon. I'm going to do a video on him later. Not today, but we'll get around to him eventually. Actually, because this is a nature team, we're not going to run the water unit. We're actually going to bring in the Scion. And with Ginger Sweet here, I don't know why, but I always forget her name. I feel like it's the one that doesn't really fit. But let's take a look at this and we'll look at the damage report. So really, she's there. We already have a defense break in the Pirate, but she's kind of a backup defense break. Plus, if she has the attack buff and a defense break, then her skill's going to do big damage anyway. So, and if the defense break doesn't land, then she can land it and still do big damage. So it's kind of nice to have that combination. So you see her Candy Barrage there just basically nuked everybody. We're going to try some harder defenses after this one. We'll just run through our wings really quick. But I just want to show you guys how much damage she can do. Let's bring up the damage report here. Turns out she didn't do much on this one. Only 69k damage because the Greater Demon basically nuked everything right away and they never got a chance to do much. Everybody was already dead. So let's try this again. Alright. This should be fine. even I actually, if you watch the Scion video, you saw how much damage he can do, and he didn't do much damage in this last run either. Just because the Greater Demon basically gets his attack in first and does his damage first. So if he kills, then there's really not much else to do. Looks like this one's going to be pretty quick too, as everybody's pretty much dead already. But even with this smaller damage, I'm not too concerned about it. It doesn't really matter because everything's dying. But she does have that backup defense break, which is very helpful. I kind of like having the double defense breaks on my defense. And the pirate can also hit pretty hard as well. He hasn't had to in these two fights, but so she's a little bit higher there, up to that 76k. Let's do one more and just kind of show you how easy we can run through these wings, or this PvP energy. Here, you know what? Let's come down to the bottom here. Try and attack someone a little more difficult. Whoops. All right. So which one's this? The dark one. So the dark one has the defense buff, and the reducing all damage, and also has the prevent death. So this one we're going to need a lot more damage. Because we have the Diva who has damage reduction, we have the Dark Magic Girl who has damage reduction and the death prevention, and we have two really tanky units, and quite possibly this guy, the Archangel, is on Dazzling, so this could prove difficult. I should have taken the Scion out. I forgot that we put him in there. I should have put my my Water Astromancer back in, but this should still be fine. Really hard to see what's going on here, but I think we're okay. We lost the Candy Munchkin, unfortunately, because of the what do you call it? The Valor. He kind of disrupted us a little bit there. So this fight was way longer than I would like it to be. Hopefully we can make this a little faster the second time. Let's actually click the Valor first. Alright, so we killed Valor, but the death prevention kept him alive. But now we killed him again, we're on the Candy Munchkin, and now it's 5v2. And we're okay now, so this one went much smoother. Still took 20 seconds, but there was no chance of us dying on that one. We should have targeted the Valor first, the first time around, and you can see how much better it was when we did that. Alright, so again to the damage report. Let's see how we did this time. The Scion decided to take over. So we have so many threats on this offense that's kind of why she's never doing the maximum damage. But she's not only there for damage, you have to remember that. She is there for the defense break. She does multiple things. I really like her on my arena offense. I use her on pretty much every fight. Well, actually, I do use her on every fight. The only one I take out is I swap the the Scion and the Astromancer. But otherwise, that's kind of how I leave it. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helped you guys out. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Let me know what unit you want to see next, and we'll try and highlight that. I do think the light one, Lemon Drop, is the best. I have heard that her AI is a little sketchy, but try her out if you have her. She's a really strong unit, and if this helped, please don't forget to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and also a couple reminders. If you have any fan art, please send them to my Discord. The Discord is right here below, 5fingershuffle, #8832. I am looking for some fan art to put on t-shirts and stuff, so if you have anything like that, I would love to see it. You can either just send a picture of it there or send me a link to like Imgur or something like that. And also, we will be streaming tonight. It's our last stream of the month. We need 5 more follows to hit 200, which was our goal for the month. So we have that. It's also Blitz Reset tonight in a few hours. So if you haven't done that yet, then finish up Blitz and maybe come join us on stream and watch Blitz Reset, because we will be rushing at least the first 2 difficulties of Blitz. And we also have a ton of summons today. Add to the, so there's 12 here already, plus a light dark. We're going to have at least 2 light darks. So we're up over 40 summons already, plus we got another, whatever, 10 hours of grinding, plus all the Blitz discs. So it's going to be a pretty crazy summon session. We hope to see you all there. I hope you all have a great day, and we will see you all soon with another video. Thanks, guys. Bye.